Okay, 3, 2, and 1. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome back to Fictionally Unstable, because real life's not dramatic enough.
With your host, Jessica,
Maciel,
and Lauren.
That sounds like some geeky shit. Have your hands tied for the rest of the challenge. Nope. Do a 10-minute TikTok dance video with hands behind your back. 10-minute? No. Mr. Tony Haya X1T, shut the fuck up. Don't leave comments on our shit.
You're trying to trick us into some kinky shit.
Yeah. Into some fetishes he has.
Welcome back to our channel. FUP pod.
FUP pod.
Fictionally Unstable pod.
Foopcast. Podcast pod.
Foop. Foop.
And then Lance would be like, is a fupa.
All right. What's today's topic?
The Last Letter by
Rebecca Yaros.
Okay.
You gotta roll your arms.
Rebecca Yaros.
Yeah. Rebecca Yaros.
Miss Rebecca herself. We got on the train.
It was great.
Yeah.
You know what? It was great.
I liked it.
It's a good read.
I enjoyed it.
I think I just enjoy her writing.
Yes, I agree too.
It's simple, but not like I'm stupid simple, you know?
Yeah. Which Colleen Hoover makes me feel like that. Stupid simple. I said, no, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, synopsis.
Sad.
Sad times.
Sad times
Very
all
sad
around.
time.
Okay, wait,
Sad
I can
time
look it
start,
up.
sad time end. Yeah, I didn't realize because we've seen all like the TikToks that are like, oh, me reading the last 100 pages of The Last Letter, and it's people crying, or like the beginning, people crying. So we expected to cry. I did cry quite a lot, but yeah, I was not in public. So
Yeah, I did cry at the beginning, and then I was very sad towards the end. But I also predicted what was happening, which I normally never do that. And so I kind of already had expected the ending to end how it did. Yep.
oh, let me pull up my
Which we will discuss
notes.
if I can get a summary of some sort.
Okay, by memory. So simple. The two protagonists, one is named Ella. She is a 25-year-old single mother of 2 twins that are 5 when we start the book, up until 7, pretty much is the duration of the story. She got pregnant at 19 years old, was married. When she got pregnant, her husband just fucking up and left her. Wanted nothing to do with the kids, and so she had to raise her family on her own. She lost her parents when she was younger. She also lost her grandmother, who owned the
Solitude.
The Solitude, which is like a hotel resort type of deal. It's a lot of land. They made it a hotel. They live in a small town. So she owns all of that property now. And her brother, Ryan, is in the military.
Special Forces.
Yes. So that's Ella. Then we have Beckett. Beckett is also in the military, Special Forces. He doesn't really have anybody in his life. His best friend is Ryan. And they start off, he has his best dog, which is Havoc, who's part of the Special Forces as well, but he's the only handler for her. She doesn't trust anybody else, so she's pretty much his dog and his only family. Pretty much synopsis in the sense is Ryan gets them to write letters to each other. He knows that Beckett needs somebody in his life to kind of form a relationship with, even if it's, just a pen pal. And he felt that Ella would be the perfect match for that, because she also technically doesn't really have anybody in her life in that kind of capacity. At least a man, let's put it that way. So you start off there. They're writing letters back and forth. We start learning about their lives. Long story short, Ella's daughter, she has the 2 kids, a boy and a girl. Like I said, twins, Colt and Macy. Macy ends up getting cancer. At 5, it is...
Neuroblastoma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neuroblastoma.
Doctor.
What exactly is that? What exactly is that?
I think it's the cancer of the bone marrow of some sort.
Okay.
Actually,
That's right, because she kept having to
Can't
get
remember. Yeah.
the bone marrow treatments. But so she is diagnosed with cancer, and so she has to find a way to, save her daughter. And while they're out in doing their thing with the military, Ryan ends up dying. So Ryan writes his last letter, which all of the military men, I guess, in that unit, they will always write their last letter to a particular person so that when their time comes, their sergeant will, or colonel, whatever the fuck, I don't know terminologies.
Their boss.
Big guy.
He will deliver the last letter to the loved one that they wrote it to so that they could basically have closure in a sense. And his last letter is to Beckett, which I have right here. This is a synopsis it gave me. That's why I was like, by the brain, synopsis. So Ryan's last letter is to Beckett, which reads, if you're reading this, well, you know the last letter drill. You made it. I didn't get off the guilt train because I know if there was any chance you could have saved me, you would have. I need one thing from you. Get out of the army and get to Telluride. That is where his sister lives. My little sister, Ella's raising the twins alone. She's too independent and won't accept help easily. But she has lost our grandmother, our parents, and now me. It's too much for anyone to endure. It's not fair. And here's the kicker. There's something else you don't know that's tearing her family apart. She's going to need help. So if I'm gone, that means I can't be there for Ella. I can't help them through this, but you can. So I'm begging you, as my best friend, go take care of my sister, my family. Please don't make her go through it alone. Ryan. Not knowing that Ella had already written in her letters that her daughter had cancer. Anyways, to Beckett, whose special ops name is Chaos. So she thinks she's writing to a different man when she finally meets Beckett. And he basically makes it a point to do right by his best friend and take care of his sister. And that's what happens.
And they fall in love.
And they do fall in love, yeah.
They've been in love since writing the letters.
Yes.
But so at this point, Ryan died. And then when Ryan died, she stopped hearing from both, obviously her brother, because he's dead, and from Chaos. So in her mind, a few months go by and she thinks that they're both gone. So when Beckett comes to the door, it's not really like in her mind that they could be the same person. She's like, oh, this is just another person from his team.
And the whole time, Beckett, from his point of view, is like, I can't tell her the truth because it's going to tear us apart. She's going to kick me out or whatever. And it's being really mysterious.
Because you were gone for a couple months.
Why?
Well, she wrote in one of the letters that her biggest thing is she doesn't like people lying to her, and she cuts them off right away. So to him, he didn't know how to tell her why he stopped writing letters to her.
Yeah.
I was just like, fucking suck it up and tell her this is so stupid. They both have their own issues, so it's kind of annoying, but it's also trying to understand them that it's like, okay, get it. Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is why the fuck I didn't write.
And this is why I'm here now.
And this is why I'm here now.
Yeah, Ella has a whole thing about, like, also just, like, military men in general, because I think, like, her dad was in the military. He always left her and, like, her mother and her family. Yeah, and then her brother did the same thing where he said, like, he was going to stick around, but then he never did. So then her entire thing, or her thing this entire book is, like, are you going to fucking get up and leave one day? And, like,
Correct me if I'm wrong. I forgot how her parents died. Her mom was sick, correct? And the dad left, and then the dad died in the forces?
That sounds right.
I think that's right.
forget.
But I've been watching a lot of shows with parents dying lately, so I I don't know if I made that up.
Okay.
Like if that's the story that this character I'm thinking of said, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is what happened." Anyways,
Maybe sounds right. Because
Probably.
then
The dad for
that's when
sure,
her
yes.
grandma
The mom,
took
I
her.
don't remember very well.
Yeah.
But the dad, yes.
Yep.
yeah. So let's talk really quick about kind of their introduction, which is the letters before they actually meet.
Yeah.
I think that what Ryan did, because that's his like Beckett was not about to be writing to people. He always said that. He's like, I'm not doing that shit, blah, blah, blah. And did I mention that he came from foster care?
You didn't yet, but he did.
He came from foster care. He did not have a good upbringing. He had a terrible father. So that's why he's very much like, I don't have family.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know how to be in someone's life for very long because he always, obviously in foster care, he was always placed in different homes. He can't be in a relationship longer than a month because he always just leaves. Like that's his perception of himself. And to him, his unit is his family.
Yeah.
So that's why he always goes back into the army, into the special forces, ops, whatever it's called. But yeah, what do you think of the whole plan that Ryan had? I think if I were to think from Ryan's perspective, I think he is one, like he's a great person in both of their lives, right? He was like, he understood himself that he was like, well, I'm chasing the high, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
And that's something that he wanted to do. And he's like, yeah, I could be there for my sister the rest of my life, but I'm never going to be the love of her life. Like she needs to find that home in someone, even though you don't have to, but technically it's how he's making it seem. And to know that Beckett he already knew the type of person that he was, that he was going to be the best fit for her.
Yeah.
That I was like, what a great man to put that plan together.
Yeah, I think it was a really well thought out plan for him.
Yeah.
I think it was a testament to show like how well he knew both of them. Yeah. And like what they needed.
Yeah.
So very cute.
Just sad. Literally, they're like, and Ryan died.
Yeah.
I was like,
Literally,
what?
the same chapter when they said that Maisie has cancer. At the end, they're like, 2 men come to the door. Ryan's dead.
I was like
goddamn.
that. I was reading that at the studio and I was like, oh shit. I was like, whoa. I was not expecting that.
Well, my first reaction was like, I was like, damn, Ella can't catch a fucking break.
Literally.
Like,
I was
her
like,
parents died, her grandma dies, her brother died, her daughter has cancer. I was like,
Yeah,
what else?
Her husband left
Her
her.
husband left her. Like,
They
Jesus
wanted
Christ.
the parents wanted her to have an abortion.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she cannot catch a fucking break.
Yeah. And I was like, God damn. Okay.
Literally.
Yeah.
Um,
I also like the way that Rebecca, like how she included the letters, that they weren't chronological.
yeah.
So it kind of matched with like what was
going on?
What was
going
going
on at
on.
the time, which I liked.
Yeah.
But there were no, at least from what I could tell, there was like no inconsistency. So it was very like well thought out and planned out.
Oh, 1000. Yeah. It was like the first few letters were
Like
chronological, like
Yeah.
maybe the first 3 to learn who they are. And then it, like you said, it goes based off of the in real time story.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like, it would be a letter of them telling like, oh, this, like introducing Jeff. Is like when Ella wrote to Chaos about Jeff. And then it would be about Jeff in the chapter, which is nice.
Jeff
Oh,
is
that
the
motherfucker.
ex-husband
Yeah.
that left her again while she was pregnant at 19 and is like now engaged or married to some politician's daughter. And it's all for image for his family. So
And he's like a lawyer who got daddy's business or something like
yeah.
that.
I thought he was going to have a bigger part in the book for some reason.
I thought it was going to be a little more dramatic with like him and Beckett.
I was hoping
I
Beckett
thought
would
something
sock
would
him in the
happen,
face.
but it kind of was pretty cut and dry with what
Yeah.
happened there.
Oh, also, they described Beckett as like a Chris Pratt with life,
The worst Chris.
which I didn't picture.
The
I
worst of the
pictured Theo
Chris's.
James.
I didn't picture that.
She described him like Chris Pratt like fucking 5 times. I was like, okay.
Did she? I wasn't
She
really
did.
paying attention how I just
She
already had an
literally
image in my head and I was like,
Because her friend Haley kept saying that he's like a dead ringer for Chris Pratt, like Marvel movie, like yeah, whatever.
So it's funny because Haley is this younger girl that works at the hotel. She's like her front desk receptionist.
Like her best friend.
And her only,
too.
only
and her friend, who is like a little hoe.
She flirts with everybody.
She just be getting it all the time. She likes to date around, and it's a very small town. So every time Haley would say that, I wasn't thinking, in my head, I wasn't thinking that Rebecca was trying to describe him as that. It was just, that's how Haley saw him.
Like
so
handsome.
When Ella would be like, oh, he has this, he has that, I didn't picture Chris Pratt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when she's like, oh, he's like a Chris Pratt, it's because that's how she imagined it. So that's why I was like, she described him as Chris Pratt. I was like, oh, I remember Haley saying that. But obviously I know it's the author, but I didn't vision that at all.
I picture something else. So
I did picture him as something else too, because I didn't want to picture him as Chris
Pratt.
Pratt.
I was like, no.
I just pictured him as like, there were no specifics. He was just like a tall, muscular guy, handsome. Conventionally, like that's about it.
Yeah, I kept picturing
Henry Cavill,
basically. Like, yeah, not much else.
I can't think of
even Ella. Like, I was telling Jess, the way that they described her throughout the book. I mean, I told you to. Sounds like Sydney Sweeney, and I'm like, they're gonna cast this girl for the fucking remake of it.
Big bustiness,
the blue eyes,
the
blonde hair,
blonde
young.
Hair,
I'm like,
watch
Sydney Sweeney get this fucking role.
Well, she's supposed to be 25.
Yeah. Which she can still play 20.
Oh, 1,000. Yeah. She is like 25, is she not?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think
but there's definitely many other blonde actors or actresses that can pull off blonde hair. So please.
Sydney Sweeney is 28 years old.
Oh, she's 28.
Close enough.
Sydney Sweeney. Why should she say it like that?
It's an Australian accent.
Oh, weird.
This is an emotional book, and that girl can't fucking play emotion, so
yeah, I don't think she's gonna get casted.
Okay.
I think it's on an automatic, like, oh yeah, that would be her, but I don't think she's gonna be.
I think a good person would be the Callie something from Beef, the younger girl.
Oh,
Ashley, she could play a good one.
Yeah,
younger. She's pretty like not bland looking, but I just like she's very just there.
Yeah.
If it's with Amazon. Because I think Amazon also picked this one up. They cast normally like actors we don't really see,
which is nice.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
like for all book adaptations. Not all, but like most they should.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? He doesn't have facial hair, does he? Beckett.
He would have scruff every now and then because she was like, "Oh, he has that like how dare you have the scruff
but
on
he's
him?" And
normally well shaven.
Yeah. I always pictured him with facial. I think I picture anytime somebody's like, "Oh my god, he's so hot," I'm like facial hair because I like facial hair. So I kept picturing him with facial hair, and then I'm like, maybe his facial hair got longer when she was like, "Oh, the scruff." But I know it's a 5 o'clock shadow, so I was like, I get it.
I picture him as brunette too because I like that.
Yes, same.
I don't like
he is
blonde
brunette,
hair.
Right? He's not blonde.
Well.
I feel like
it's like a dirty blonde.
Yeah, he has green hair.
I feel like
green hair. Whoa. What? Green eyes. He has green eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was like a dirty blonde is what I imagined.
Yeah.
I imagine brunette with green eyes. The green eyes for sure. She kept saying the green eyes, but everything else I was like, however you're describing it, I'm seeing something different. Don't care. It's my imagination.
That's like when people I always get these like book talk things where it's like the description of the character as he's like blonde, and they're like, no, he has black hair now in my mind.
So what are our thoughts on the twins, Maisie and Colt?
They're so great. I feel like she couldn't have asked for better children.
And I like that their dialogue was funny. It wasn't just like, oh, they're kids. Like Rebecca developed their personalities really well, like separately. I liked that a lot.
Colt,
he's so funny.
He's so funny and he's so sweet.
Rip.
Yeah. Rip.
Rip. And then
almost in half.
Macy is very sweet too, but he's definitely, I love how, I mean, I kind of wish, I wish. How would I? I'd have to be reborn again. But like the whole twin thing, I think is so cool. And I only know a couple twins in my life, and some are like super super close. Where they and I like when I say a couple, it's like probably 3 sets of twins that I know. That they'll tell me like, yeah, we talk every single day or this and that, or they'll tell me in their childhood, like that whole thing, like, yeah, I could feel when my twin was feeling sad or whatever. And I just think that's such a cool concept. Even though it's not a concept, it's like a real thing, but you'll never know unless you're a twin.
Yeah.
So let us know,
it's
twins.
really cool. And I think it's like, I imagine it's like, I don't have a sister either. So imagining like how close you are to a sister, but like 10 times over.
Yeah.
And how siblings sometimes have falling outs. I feel like twins hardly ever do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I hear of.
And it was cute that they each had a teddy bear
That represent each
that
other.
represented each other because they always wanted to be together.
Yeah.
But
Colt
then
had a pink one, and then Macy had a
the blue
blue
one
one.
for Colt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were great.
Yeah. They took care of each other in different ways. Obviously, Colt was like the I feel like he took care of Maisie from a physical perspective, and Maisie took care of him as from a emotional perspective.
Yeah.
Until Beckett obviously arrived and took care of them in
they
the way that
also-
she couldn't take care of him. Ella couldn't.
Yeah. I think they also tried to look out for their mother in their own way,
Yeah.
for sure. So, which was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he comes in. He kicks it off really well with kids right away. And then, of course, he does tell her, like, your brother sent me. That's why I'm here.
By the way.
But I'm also in love with you. And I can't tell you who I am.
Yeah. Which are a few times she almost knows. And I'm like, how do you not know at this point? I would have taken a wild guess and just been like, are you Chaos?
Yeah.
Like, every time she referred to, like, Chaos being Ryan's best friend, but then you have Beckett who is also saying he's his best friend. I'm like, are two and
And they
two,
said that
two
they
and two
wrote
not
the
equal
same.
four? Yeah,
Like
I'm
their
like,
handwriting.
I'm like, girl, come on.
Not
I know you have a
pretty
lot on
good.
your mind.
That
but
was
damn.
like, she has a lot on her mind. Her daughter every time. Any favorite, before we get to like, obviously the end part, do we have any favorite moments with Beckett and the kids? I really enjoyed when he did the graduation with Macy.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That was so cute.
Yeah. That's a good one.
When he is at the soccer game with Colt, and Colt asks him if this is what it's like to have a dad.
Oh, I was like, oh.
And he's like,
My
I don't
heart.
know, I don't have a dad either. And I was like, oh my God.
When like Colt asked him to come with him, and he like thanked the
Yeah.
player for the good game.
Yeah.
That he lost to. I was like,
And what do you say? Now we feast on the blood of our enemies or something?
oh yeah,
Yeah, feast on the blood of our enemies.
yeah.
I was like,
fun.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love that he also made like, Havoc, obviously. This is why dogs are better than any other animal. But he immediately makes her understand who they are. So he was just like, protect the kid. Or no, he only said protect the kids when the biological
in-laws.
father's fucking parents were around. But it was like, be nice or take care of them or this and that. And then, dog obeyed.
Yeah.
She understood.
Yeah.
That was a great dog.
And she fell in love with them too. Havoc can finally rest and not be on duty all the time and like be on alert all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like she can actually have a family too.
Yeah.
So good for her. I said, if the dog fucking dies in this book, I swear to God.
I feel like that could have been a high probability too.
Yes.
I'm glad it didn't happen.
I had a lot of theories. One of my theories were right. So then, what after? So Maisie gets more sick. She's like not really getting better. But it's also because Ella basically put herself in so much debt. Like
For
there's
the treatment.
Yeah, for the treatments. She put like, what was it? Like a mortgage down for her whole property, and then they're renovating every fucking cabin. So it's just like bills on top of bills on top of bills, and she's literally digging herself a hole and then she's kind of just like questioning herself, like, obviously she will do anything for her daughter, but then it's kind of like, because her daughter gets to a point where it's like, you either need to spend $2 million on these treatments or she's going to die. And she's just like, so do I just let my child die?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even like, okay, let's start it. It was literally, she was in that deep of a hole.
I'd be like, can I set up a payment plan for
Sidebar.
$2 a month, please?
Sidebar, I think that there is a cure for cancer in the real world. And
Oh,
they
me too.
don't want to give it because it's
1,000.
a lot of money.
I agree.
1,000.
Yeah.
1,000. So Beckett decides a plan.
They start kind of dating as well.
Yes.
So their like love story starts to blossom and they're starting to date. They do finally get intimate with each other, and then they're casually kind of dating, but still referred to as like friend. And then Maisie needs the MIGEB treatment, I think it was called. I just kept calling it MIG because I was like, I don't know what it is. I was just reading through it. But those were the treatments specifically that she needed
Mm-hmm.
in order to continue, and they were not in Ella's insurance.
Yeah. And in the very beginning of the book, we learned that Ella, she's trying to make financial changes once everything kind of started happening. So before she found out that her daughter was sick, she changed their insurance plan to something that was like just shit, right? It's probably going to just cost the copay to go see a doctor, brush your teeth. So then
she didn't expect to actually need
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was more so just like we have it
As a just in case.
Yeah, as a just in case.
Yeah, and then her daughter gets diagnosed with cancer. So Beckett finds out that her insurance doesn't cover fucking shit. So he looks into his insurance because he is technically on medical leave with the military. And he signed this medical leave for 5 years that technically they could call him back in whenever. But he was never planning to go back in. But
he's on disability right now.
yeah. So
yeah.
His insurance covers all of it. I was like, damn, maybe we all should go into the military.
Someone take one for the team.
And then I shall adopt you.
And so he comes up with a plan. His first plan is they get married so that he can have all of them under his insurance because this whole thing of weighing the options, do I let my child die or do I not, is he's like, this is fucking stupid. No, we're not doing that. So he comes up with a plan to have them get married. And then Ella's like, what the fuck? We're not getting married. And that's also fraud. But he's like, I'm doing it for the children. And she finds out how much he loves the kids, that he literally would do anything for them. So they have a lawyer friend. That's also part of the rescue team friend. They have, again, small town. And he is like, well, why don't you just adopt them?
Yeah.
And then, so that's what he does. It takes a lot of talking back and forth, but he does end up adopting them.
Yeah. Which I was like, Ella's being too stubborn on this because
I'm like, I'll marry you.
Yeah, I was like, it shouldn't. I was like, I understand, she wants to have a choice, and she did, but I mean, your daughter's gonna die.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, whatever.
So the first big fight happens after he adopts them, right? Where she finds out the big fight. Where she finds out.
There was because they had started her treatments. And then the insurance lady
auditor person
said that she was going to come and basically do an audit on them to make sure it was legit. And so then they also had the colonel boss guy come to the house, and they had a meeting to question if everything was legit. And that's when he provided his letter he provided the letter to Ryan, from Ryan. And she said that still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
she
needed proof that he was a part of their lives, or he knew about them before she got sick. But the thing is that this lady from the insurance claim is the sister-in-law of a military head that was not provided the same
deal
that I think it's Sergeant Donahue, that's his name, that he gave Beckett.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy got like fucked up in the military and he didn't
lost
get
like a limb, I think he said, the other guy. So he like legit couldn't go back.
right. And he didn't get this whole disability majigger thing
Yeah.
that happened. So and they clocked that. They were like, this is because of whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, it's not because of that, it's this and that. And they're like, you're the sister of his wife. Like, we know this is a personal call.
Yeah.
Because they're like, there's no claim on this. He adopted the kids. It's fine, right? So when she's like, no, I need to make sure that we know that you guys met before
Like he had emotional investment in them before he
she
knew
got
she had
sick.
cancer.
Yeah. So that's when he provides the letter. And then
The first letter.
the first letter, yes. And she's like, no, this isn't enough. So then him and Donahue are looking at each other and he's like, are you sure? Because he has all of Ella's letters.
Yeah. And like some drawings from the kids.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things. So he ends up showing that as proof. And that's when Ella also finds out that.
And the insurance lady bitch is like, I'm going to make a call. And then everything's fine.
And she's like, I guess you're clear.
Wait, but she felt guilt because of why. There was something specific that happened. I don't think it had anything to do with the letters. Was it
The
Ryan?
insurance lady?
Yes. Like she's like, I'm gonna go make a call, which she did. She made the call, but she felt so fucking guilty after making. Like she felt.
I
stupid.
think it had to do with Ryan dying. I think because she maybe knew him personally from the military, that she was like, he was very honorable or something like that. And maybe she felt bad.
I don't remember.
There was something. Let me see if I can find it. Anyways, and then what
Or
else?
maybe it was Beckett or Ryan were the one that maybe saved her brother-in-law when he got injured. Like they helped in him not dying.
I think they said something about how he was like a good man and that he was something I don't remember. But yeah, he shows the letters and the drawings as proof, and that's when Ella also finds out. So now she knows that Beckett is Chaos, and then she's upset.
Yeah.
Because of the whole lying thing. Yeah.
And another thing too, on top of all of this, is that she wanted to find out how her brother actually died. She never got to actually view him. They didn't have an open casket. They said it's classified information of how he died. And so, of course, her thinking that Chaos died with Ryan, she's like, oh, Beckett can tell me how he died if he was the one that, I guess, technically found him. And he won't tell her that either. So when she finds out about the letters, then he finally tells her the full story. And it's that he killed a child previously on accident, but to him, he says, I know what I was doing. So when he was out in war, he killed a child, and that fucked him up really bad. Because it was like the screams of the mom and the sibling, like just seeing all of that reaction. Also, it's a fucking child. So that really fucked him up. And then he was supposed to go on another mission and he backed out of the mission, which left an open seat. So then Ryan was like, I'll go, because he wanted to high. And then he got separated from his team, got kidnapped, and the terrorists, he was tortured and they shot him in the back of the head. And he was the one that found him. And to him, again, self-blaming, he thinks it's his fault. If he hadn't given up his seat, Ryan would still be alive, wouldn't have been in that position. So he's also, every time something happens to someone, he takes the guilt of it. That's something I feel really bad about, people in active duty.
Yeah.
Because they really do be feeling that way. It's so sad. I'm almost there. I'm finding it right now.
Oh, also before all of this, before Beckett adopted the twins, Ella wanted to be like fully cut off from Jeffrey.
Yes.
And so Beckett was like, I'll handle it. Like, I'll take the divorce papers to him.
They needed like a
Oh, like him to sign off, right?
Yeah, they needed Jeff to sign off any like responsibility to the children in order for Beckett to be able to adopt them so that they don't have to worry about Jeff coming back in the future and being like negating all of the decisions as like their biological father.
Right.
So he does go visit Jeff and he's like fucking signing.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy for him to do it because he's like, you know, it would be pretty scandalous if people found out, especially like your soon-to-be wife and the senator, whoever, that you have children that you paid, like
that you left.
Yeah,
and
you
told her to
left.
get abortion.
And then he's like, and also throw in some money.
Yeah.
And so he was like, how much? And he's like, whatever you feel. And he's like, well, how will I know if how will I know if it's enough? He's like, you'll know. If I decide to tell them or not. He's like, if I decide to tell them or not, you'll know if it's enough.
And he wrote what? It was like a $2 million check, no?
I thought it was $500,000.
Yeah, $500,000.
Yeah,
$500,000.
Yeah,
Right,
and so Beckett does take that to Ella after he finalizes everything and gives her the option to take it or not, and she does not take it.
Girl has a lot of integrity. I'd be like, that fucking money's mine.
This is money I've been owed. Yeah.
Be like, I can use this towards my debt.
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of the end of his story.
Yeah.
With them.
We never see them again.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So I found it. Miss Wilson is the insurance person. So it's about her brother-in-law who is, what the fuck is his name? Where is it? She doesn't say his name. It says brother-in-law. They say his name somewhere. I'm not going to look for it. But anyways, yes, and when she tells him that the last letter of Ryan's wasn't enough, Beckett comes with the box of evidence. He says, you said you needed evidence that I knew the kids before the diagnosis, that I had a relationship with them. You'll find letters in there dating before the diagnosis, as well as pictures drawn by the kids and little notes. I knew the kids, loved them, and loved Ella before Maisie was diagnosed. You have no reason to investigate. If this was just about Maisie's treatments, I wouldn't have adopted Colt too. The truth is that I wanted to be their dad. So, you know, she's going through the letters and then she's like, I need to step outside and make a phone call. So obviously she makes a phone call. They tell her that she has no case. So when she comes back in, I think it says she came in a faint stain of blush on her cheeks. She says, it appears I have been mistaken. I'm sorry, chokes out the word, to have inconvenienced you while the situation still remains a very gray area. You didn't do anything that would justify canceling the policy, and my supervisor had decided that the investigation is now complete. And I think for her, it's kind of just like upset. I took it as she's just really upset because they didn't give the same courtesy as her brother-in-law. And she was fighting so hard to take something away from somebody else when it's like everything they're doing is fine. It's like completely different.
I took it as her being embarrassed of her actions.
Yeah. And then she says, my brother-in-law said you were one of the good ones, if that counts for anything. He said you and the dog were perfectly matched, like nothing he'd ever seen. Even your names meant the same damn thing. It was nice to meet you, Mr. Gentry, Miss Mackenzie. And then she looked at the dog and said, Havoc, right? And that's when Ella was like, Havoc, chaos.
Duh.
But he ends it. He says, I'm Beckett Gentry, call sign, chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. I said, okay, badass.
Yeah, so they get into, Ella gets really upset because she is mainly upset, obviously, that he lied to her. But then she's like, you know so much about me and I know nothing about you. You've been so secretive, blah, blah, blah. So then she's like, I never want to see you again. And she leaves.
And you can't be a part of the kids' lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, this entire time, he has been building a house because he wants to settle down here. He doesn't, no matter what happens between him and Ella, he doesn't plan on leaving. He wants to be around for her and for the kids for whatever they need. So there comes a time, I forget how far into the future, weeks or a few months maybe, where Ella is not available and
it's like 6 months later.
Yeah, Beckett gets a call from the school. Colt got in trouble because he
punched a boy. He punched the same boy that kissed his sister playing that stupid kissing tag game a year before, and he did it to the girl that he likes, Emma.
So
Which I like the way he handled that because he was like, okay, yeah, Colt, you're in trouble, but like, okay, what's going to happen to the other kid now? And
Right.
the
For
principal's
real,
like,
you stupid ass principal.
Yeah, he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, I want to make sure that the other one's getting punished because clearly he's going to do it again. And then he was like, and then he's going to be too old and then he's going to keep doing it.
Yeah. And he's going to do other bad things. So Beckett goes and gets him. Colt is kind of having this moment of like, why don't you come see us anymore? Like, you hate us, and like, why'd you leave me? And so they have a moment. And then, Beckett tells Ella, like, hey, I picked up Colt, just FYI, this and that. And then
And that's also because Ada, whatever her name is, the housekeeper later, and Larry
are on vacation.
Haley is working at the hotel, which is their main house.
Mm-hmm.
They have a cabin that they normally stay in, but they also, the residential house is like the main lobby. Haley is there working the reception desk, and they have a cook. Oh, Ada's a cook. That's right. They have a cook in the meantime, but she is really mean to the kids.
Yeah.
So, and then she's in the different city with her daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Beckett's like kind of the only one available. So he does go pick up Colt, and then Ella and Beckett kind of see each other again. And then she's like, yeah, like we're not going to be together, but like, I want you to still be in the kids' lives. Like, I understand that was unfair of me to like completely take them away from you and you away from them. So they're kind of like in this limbo where they're like in like a good friendship state. However, they're both still in love with each other, but they can't tell each other that.
He tells her, she can't tell him.
Oh yeah. He tells her like almost every day.
Pussy.
Yeah. But they're, they're co-parenting at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then the day comes when Ella's in like a super good mood and she's kind of like flirting with him. And like he's like, what's going on? Like, and then they surprise him with the news that Maisie is now cancer-free.
Mm-hmm.
So she survived her diagnosis.
And she surprises Colt too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like they find out, and she's like, can I do the prayer
Yeah.
as they're eating at the table? And she's like, thank you, God, for this, blah, 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 and me being cancer-free.
and they were all shocked. So
and then when they describe how she's looking, dude, I literally pictured her as, those kids with no 2 for 2. They're like, that's literally what I saw when they're like, she's smiling so hard without her 2 for 2.
Oh, yeah.
She's just staring at him like, yeah, like I'm thinking of like, what's her name? From Weapons. That's how I was picturing her smile. I was like, oh, little gremlin girl.
Yeah.
That's so rude to say too, because she just went through cancer, but still.
So she's cancer-free. And then that night, Ella and Beckett kind of rekindle and they decide that they're going to be back in the relationship together.
And they fuck all night.
They fuck all night long. Mm-hmm. But they are awoken the next morning. They're running late. The kids are like all dressed and ready because they have a field trip to go on to. They're going on like a hiking field trip. Mm-hmm. This entire place is in Colorado, so lots of outdoor activities. Yeah, nature. And if we didn't mention this before, Beckett is like supplementing his time with being like on a rescue team in Colorado. So like him and Havoc are kind of a team for like sniffing out any missing hikers and other things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he does that. But anyways, they get up, they send the kids to school, and the kids go on their field trip hiking through the woods. And then they see, was it on the news?
No, someone, the lady, what's the lady, the older lady that...
I forget, her and Larry.
Yeah, Ada, or
is
something
it?
like that.
I thought you said that was a grumpy lady.
No, I don't know the grumpy lady's name.
Okay.
Well, yes, Ada comes and says like, oh, it's the kids. Like somebody called and it was the kids or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That they heard it on like the radio thing.
Oh yeah, the radio. And it was like that specific school.
That trail specifically.
Which before they said that, my prediction was that Beckett was going to die. because the whole time before they're leaving, because Ella and Beckett were going to have a talk that night about what they are, like defining the relationship. And so they kept saying like, we'll talk about it tonight. We'll talk about it tonight. And I'm like, they're not talking about it tonight.
He's gonna be fucking dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first prediction also is that something's gonna happen to Beckett. That like you said, that he had like finally found his family and like
that too.
his
I was like,
ending.
oh, his like character is fulfilled. So I was like, okay, like his could be a death, but like a sad but happy death, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought that he was gonna die though. Yeah.
So anyways,
I'll give my predictions after.
So that was right.
No, but it's not even that. Lance's like theories are like, you'd be like, anyways, keep going.
So anyways, the next chapter is in Beckett, because this entire book is switching between Ella and Beckett's point of views. So this chapter is entirely in Beckett's point of view, and it's him on the rescue mission. And at first he like goes to the area where the class is, and then he sees the girl that he has a crush, that Cole
Emma
has a crush on, Emma.
And no one can, she's not talking to anybody.
She's not
just
talking to
like
no
in
one.
shock.
Yeah. And he's like, I need you to tell me like what happened. Like, did he get whatever? And then she was like, he saved me. And so then he puts two and two together that Colt fell. There was like a landslide, and Colt had pushed Emma out of the way so that she wouldn't go down.
Yeah.
But in return, he goes down.
And Macy too, when he gets there, Beckett, she's saying like, I can feel something's wrong. He's hurt, like that.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know where he is. Let me just say, Beckett is a great communicator with anybody he talks to.
Yeah.
Especially kids. Because all of these rescue guys are trying to talk to this little 6-year-old, and she's like obviously in shock, but she's not talking to nobody. And then he gets in her face. Well, he gets eye level with her, and he's talking to her suit in a calming voice, and he gets information, and she's kind of stuttering, but he's like, I need to not panic so she doesn't shut down, excuse me. And then they're all like walking in closer, and she's like looking, he's like, can you guys get away? Like, we're not gonna get any information. Fucking leave.
Yes. So he gets that information, and he knows that he's racing against time at this point. So they use, like, he goes with the lawyer friend Mark, or the attorney friend Mark. They get into the chopper. They drop him down at the end of the
chopper.
They drop him down at the end of like where the landslide would have been, and then him and Havoc start sniffing out where Colt is, and they eventually find him.
Havoc is sniffing out.
Yes.
Could you imagine? He's like,
Beckett's there following Havoc, but he's like calling out calling out Colt's name, obviously. But he's following Havoc, and they do eventually find him. Colt is seriously hurt. He's like crushed under like a big rock. He's bleeding out profusely. He probably has like a lot of internal bleeding, concussed, like all the things. And then Beckett and Colt share their final moment together. Before Colt eventually dies in his arms.
Yeah.
He ends up telling him that he did adopt him, that he was his father. Colt is saying his last words of like,
tell them I love
them.
I love them.
Yeah.
And
and he like died in peace in a sense.
Yeah.
Obviously he had all of this damage, but Beckett was, I think him not dying alone is him dying in peace, because also too, he always wanted a dad, finds out that was actually his dad. He was super loved. He always knew the love that he had with his twin and his mom, but the one missing piece was his dad. So as sad as it is, he didn't die alone. He died in peace.
Yeah. So, he dies, and the next chapter, when we go into Ella's point of view, obviously there's like a funeral and there's a lot of grieving. And then we find out, so on the property of the resort and like where they live, there's like a little island on the lake they live by, and Ryan is buried there. And so they end up burying Colt on that same island.
And they bury him with his last name, his new last name too.
Yes.
Like
Gentry.
Mackenzie Gentry.
Yeah.
And he gets buried with the bear, his sister's bear.
Yeah.
Because they always promised that they'd always be together forever.
One line that really choked me up, I think I was telling Lauren before, because you didn't finish it yet. But I was like, it was when Ella and Maisie were sitting next to each other.
On the bench.
And she was like, we're the same mom. And like the mom was like, how so? And she was like, we both have brothers out there. And I was like,
she said, we both have our brothers out there. And then she goes, and Beckett's also the same because he has his two best friends out there.
Yeah.
I was like, bitch,
stop talking.
Stop fucking talking. Little girl.
So that kind of concludes that. And then I guess to top the entire story off, there is an epilogue. Was it in the epilogue?
In Maisie's point of view.
And Maisie.
Oh, before that, sorry. Before the epilogue, Emma and Maisie are also friends now.
Yes.
Like they're like best
besties.
friends. Because they bonded over Colt.
Yeah. So the final chapter is the epilogue in Maisie's point of view. She's a little bit older now. I think they're teenagers, like 13, 12.
It's been 5 years, so she's like 12.
12, yeah.
Yeah. Or 13, I should say, yeah. Because she turned 8 at the end of the book.
She's out by Colt's grave, sharing like M&Ms with him or whatever. And pretty much we find out that her and Emma are still best friends to this day. Beckett and Ella are living together now, so they're like officially, together, and they live in the house that Beckett built because another thing that happened was that he invested in part of this property when Ryan told him to. So he actually
he bought land that she sold.
Yeah, he bought land that she sold. However, he gave most of it back to her, but kept that little part where he built the house.
He said 4 acres. That's a lot.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
My cousin-in-law lives on 1 acre, and I'm like, your fucking yard is huge.
Yeah.
So 4 acres is a lot.
Yep. So they're living in that house because it's not on like the main property of the resort, so they can have their own space. And then they have 2 kids together. They have another daughter, and then they have like a newborn son. And that's how it ends.
Yep. So this is Lance's little prediction, which was obviously wrong. I don't think I texted him yet to be like, you were wrong. I was
Wait,
telling.
mine was short. Let me say mine first. I thought that Colt was going to live, but I thought he was going to be paraplegic. Like, I thought he was going to lose his legs.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I was hoping that it wasn't going to result in a death.
She's like, nope, dead.
And I was like, fuck, okay.
Yeah. So I told you guys last week that I was like, I think something bad's going to happen. I was like, I think Colt's going to die. And I only said that because when you guys are like, oh, it's sad. And then the ending is like, ugh. And I was like, what's more sad is the fucking other kid dies. Like that's the saddest shit that can happen. It's either she's gonna lose both of the kids, or the one that is healthy is gonna fucking die. So I was technically right. I didn't know how he was gonna die, but I had my suspicions. Lance thought, so I was talking to him last night and I was like telling him about this book because I told him about all the books and I'm like, I know you're not going to read it, so I'm going to spoil it for you. So I'm telling him all the things and then he goes, and I told him, I was like, I really think the kid is going to die. And I was like, I don't know how something's going to happen to him. I was like, but he's going to have like a pretty quick death, which technically wasn't so quick, right? He was like out there for like 2 hours before he died. But anyways, I was like, it's not going to be from
in all one chapter.
Yeah, I was like, it's not going to be sickness at least.
Yeah.
And he goes, what is the book called again? I was like, The Last Letter. And I was like, so in my head, I'm like waiting for this last letter to happen. But again, I didn't think, I thought it was either going to be, at first I was like, oh yeah, maybe Beckett dies and she lives happily ever after with her kids. And then, of course, you guys were saying, like, oh, it's sadder or whatever. So I was like, maybe Colt is the one that dies. I thought Havoc was also going to die. So I thought Havoc was going to die first and then Colt dies, or Colt dies and then Havoc dies. Something like that. But then I was thinking, and I was like, I don't think Beckett's gonna die. Or maybe Ella dies and he is now their guardian, you know? Something like that. I was like, it's too easy if Beckett dies. And then Lance fucking goes, the last letter, he was like, and you said he was what? And I was like, yeah, he was like special ops military. He's like, this is what's gonna happen. He goes, I bet that the last letter it happens just like his brother. I mean, just like her brother wrote writes the letter, whatever. But something in that relationship happens where he commits suicide and then she finds his last letter. And I was like, bitch, if that fucking happens, this is the saddest romance of fucking life.
Yeah.
But that tracks with the trauma and the depression that military people go through. So thank you, Rebecca, for not doing that, because even though you killed a kid, thank you for not having
Suicide
him
is
commit
tough to
suicide.
read.
Yeah. Especially when it's like so real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was Lance. He's like, oh, that's going to be the last letter. She's going to find the last letter. And he fucking killed himself. And I was like, let's not go there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been awful.
Yeah.
On top of, so literally Colt dies, I'm reading. And I said, if this motherfucker kills himself, I swear to God, I was like, I have 18 pages left. I was like, where the fuck is this last letter that we have to read?
Yeah.
And then you read the last letter, which is the last chapter. And I said, if she's like, and that was the day Beckett died, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking die.
Murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for not doing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You still made it very sad, but thanks for that.
Yeah. Oh, I also thought it was really sad because like Ella was grieving for Colt and she was kind of like blaming herself because she was like, I spent this whole time putting energy into like Maisie, and this whole time, what if I was like taking it away from Colt and like
she thinks that's like her scale,
her trade-off.
Yeah, like she saved Maisie, so now Colt had to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Which is tough. Yeah.
Maisie's last conversation, obviously by herself, in the epilogue where she's like, I know we made a promise to each other. Like you said, if I die, you die, when she was sick. And she's like, but I'm breaking my promise. She's like, it's been 5 years and I am still in remission. So they technically say the cancer isn't coming back. She's like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to keep living. I was like, oh,
it's like, I'll see you later.
The torture.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like the book a lot.
I loved it.
Yeah. I think we said this in the beginning. We're all a big fan of Rebecca's writing. So
Rebecca Yaros.
Rebecca Yaros.
I think the way she tells stories is very well thought out.
And her character development is very good. Like there were not a lot of characters, but none of them were left as just like, except for Jeff, which I didn't care about Jeff. None of them were left like just there.
Yeah. I will say I do like find, like as with Fourth Wing, like the things that they choose to, like the couples choose to argue over is stupid in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't resonate like that well to me. So that's like, if I were to like knock off a point or half a point or whatever, it would be on that kind of stuff. But other than that,
there's one thing, because like Fourth Wing, there's a spicy aspect to it where it was a little explicit in their like romance parts. There was one sentence that I was like, no, I didn't need it.
Take it out.
It was the first time they had sex, and
on
it's from Beckett's, or maybe it. No, sorry, it wasn't the first time they had sex. It was their first encounter on the couch, like when they like wanted to but didn't end up having sex.
He like grabbed her.
I think they kissed for the first time, maybe. And it's from Beckett's point of view. And he said, I pounced in one smooth motion, taking her back to the couch, sliding over her as I gathered her wrists in one hand above her head and settled it between her open thighs. Home. I said, yuck.
Yeah.
I was like, I did not need that.
I love slow burns, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I love slow burns. And I feel like this, I don't know. For me, this isn't a romance. This is a story of family, like chosen family. That type of love in romance, not just the men and the woman, because the kids were so involved and he shared his love with the kids too.
Yes.
So I actually like this type of contemporary
romance.
I guess romance, like if it's is it under romance? I don't even know what the genre is.
It probably is like a subgenre.
Yeah, but I do like that. Like, yeah, they had their moments, and yeah, I was like, oh, their sex is so good, and this and that. Like, that's how they're describing it. But that was like two chapters,
yeah,
and very, very much slow burn. But it wasn't just focused on them. That's what I like. Like the slow burn was on them, but it was like you still see the pure love and the commitment that he makes to the kids, and the that the building of that relationship, and then even the love from the two kids, like. It was a lot.
Yeah.
In a good way.
It was more than just their...
It's described as a contemporary romance.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
That's great job, Rebecca. Again, contemporary romance.
You guys saw the thing I sent you where she's releasing a new romance book, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Well, we should write what are we writing? We should read the other book that she has. It's also
the one with the plane. The airplane?
The plane? I thought it was another like letter book. Let me see. Hold on.
I feel like the cover had a plane on it.
No, you're thinking in the likely event. I'm thinking the things we leave unfinished.
Oh, yeah. Which I think that's being turned into a movie as well.
As seen on TikTok.
Oh.
So is this.
Oh, the mailbox one.
Yeah. Says 28-year-old Georgia Stanton has to start over after she gave up almost everything in a brutal divorce. Okay, that's kind of the same thing. The New York house, the friends, and her pride now back home at her late great-grandmother's estate in Colorado. She just loves Colorado. She finds herself...
Is that where she's from?
I don't know, but that's where this book is
I wonder.
in. She finds herself face-to-face with Noah Harrison, the best-selling author of a million books where the cover is always people nearly kissing. He's just as arrogant in person as in interviews, and she'll be damned if the good-looking writer of love stories thinks he's the one to finish her grandmother's final novel, even if the publisher swears he's the perfect fit. Noah's at the pinnacle of his career with book and movie deals galore. There isn't much of the golden boy of modern fiction hasn't accomplished, but he can't walk away from what might be the best book of the century. The one his idol, Scarlett Stanton, left unfinished. Okay, so her grandma. Coming up with a fitting ending for the legendary author is one thing, but dealing with the beautiful, stubborn, cynical great-granddaughter, Georgia, is quite another. Oh, maybe this one isn't sad. I don't know. When I saw the letters, I said, it's going to be sad.
Rebecca Yarros is from Washington, D.C., but she currently lives in Colorado. And she was raised in a military family and is also married to a military hero.
Makes sense.
Oh, no. Reviews say this is heartbreaking.
Oh.
I guess we're going to read this one too, okay? I'm adding it now from Kindle. Rebecca Yarros is a yes.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? Colleen Hoover's a no.
No.
She has
Frida
6
McFadden,
kids?
you'll better be a fucking no if you don't take a break. She has 6 kids.
She has 6 children. Wow. Her and her husband initially fostered a daughter, eventually adopting her. Oh, her daughter is nonverbal and has autism.
Oh. That's lovely that they adopted. Oh.
And then it doesn't say anything about the other 5 children, but yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a book that I'm going to buy, physical copy, and put it on my shelf. For what? I already read it.
Because when we went to Target, they had like a special edition. It was like a hardcover, and I was like, I'm going to buy it.
It's a very pretty one.
It is cute.
It's like blue.
It's the whole thing is blue, like a navy blue color.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this book has a 4.5 stars on Goodreads and a 4.7 stars on Amazon. What would you rate it?
I'm rating it a 5. It's a 5 for me.
I gave it a 5 as well.
I'd give it a 4.7. I'm taking off the 0.3
4.723.
for the argument part.
Fair.
But other than that, it was really good.
Yeah. I gave it a 5 just because it made me cry a lot. Like I literally was like, cry number 4, cry number 5. Like I was highlighting it. The dialogue was good. There were some annoying parts, but I was like, it is what it is. Like, I feel like, to me, I've never read a romance book, no matter what it is, and haven't found at least part of it to be cheesy.
Yeah.
Like, I've never read one that I'm like, this is not cheesy. Like, the whole thing, it's always cheesy. But other than that, I was like, it was a very...
But they're not chasing each other with masks through the woods.
Literally.
So terrible for that.
For me, even with they're unopen communication, I should say that, and her stubbornness is very, very annoying, but it just is what it is.
Yeah.
Like I said, the whole factor of romance, found family, the kid, like all of that, I was like, that overpowers it for sure for me. That's why it's a romance, but I can read it and not think of it as a romance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read a lot of romances that are terrible. Literally that. They're just cheesy. It's literally just them two. There's really no plot. This has a plot.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very well done.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you read the last letter, let us know what you think.
Wait, I had some 1-star Goodreads.
Okay.
Ugh.
So someone who gave it a 1-star on Goodreads said, the tragedy in the story is overkill. I expected it to be emotional and even upsetting. Her brother, a special ops soldier, had just died during his assignment. She grew up without parents. They died when she was a toddler. Her grandmother passed away. Then another strike. She learned that her daughter had cancer. This all in itself is a lot to deal with for a single mom, and I would have been fine with Ella dealing with her lot. But in the last 10%, she had to deal with another loss, one that totally blindsided the reader. It came completely out of nowhere and added nothing to the story or character growth. And that made me so freaking mad. I can't even. This last tragedy was added only for tragedy's sake, for it became a sob fest. And I really think it was a cheap shot only for the benefit to make more money. I also didn't think it was realistic. I know nothing in life is guaranteed, but this really went overboard with tragic themes.
It is
was very
realistic.
heavily tragic, I will say.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is why it is, to me, I'm like, it's realistic, right? Kids, I mean, there's so many people that have gone through remission with cancer. So realistic there. The thing with Colt falling, if they just threw that in there without all of these fucking people going missing, where, what's his face? Beckett keeps getting a call of like, that we have a missing hiker. Now it's a kid, this and that. So those little hints that are thrown in there, it makes sense that when I was like, they're going on a hiking trip, one of them fucking fallen.
Yeah.
And I was like, I bet it's going to be the boy. You know what I mean? Or I was like, maybe it's one of the friends or whatever. It sounds fucking corny, but it's like she writes so well that it's like there shouldn't be any surprises. Is it a surprise? Yes. But also too, they keep fucking going on these hikes and people go fucking missing and lose on the trail. Like
It's
she
a
already
theme.
hinted that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like something's going to tie into it later.
You just a hater. You just want some sappy shit. Like this is good writing.
That's most of actually the bad reviews is like people saying the first 80% is like corny and then the last 20% is like just a lot of tragedy for tragedy's sake.
The first 4 chapters was tragedy. The brother fucking died.
But, you know,
I think
I cannot agree to disagree.
but to me, if it was just tragedy for tragedy's sake, you wouldn't have developed the character so much to where you feel attached to them to where you are sad. If it was just tragedy, it wouldn't make me sad. It would just be like, oh, like somebody randomly just fucking died.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like for nothing.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, the entire like plot of the book is not necessarily happy.
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
Like there's
The whole
happy
thing.
moments, sure, and like there's things that make you feel things, but the underlying tone of the entire book is that this is not
Because also,
very
like,
happy.
if the theme is cancer, like, that's not ever going to be
Right. Positive.
positive. Unless she beats cancer, which obviously
Which
she
she
did.
does.
But,
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's still showing the downside effects of how it affects other people, which luckily Beckett was there to be there for Colt. That's that whole last chapter where she's like, I wish I could have been there for you and this and that, because she really only thought about her daughter to have her survive. And she's not purposely, but she's just like, I have a strong boy, so I don't need to give him as much attention.
Right.
And that's sad in itself. And it's lucky that he had someone that he looked up to as a father who did end up being his father, that whole fucking thing. But if Beckett wasn't there, like, who knows what would happen to Colt.
And the one thing about Colt is that he never complained. Like he understood the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And clearly this is your first Rebecca Yarros book because, hello, Liam, that was a fucking tragedy in Fourth Wing.
I bawled my eyes out with
Bawled
that
my
one.
motherfucking eyes out. And then I balled out for General fucking Sorengale, even though I didn't like that bitch when she died in the second book. I was like,
I think cried almost every book.
yep.
Of
Fucking
course.
What's her name? Pink-haired girl. What's her name?
Imogen.
Imogen with her best friend.
Quinn.
Oh my god.
When they did that chapter, I was like, ah!
Yeah.
yeah, that was really.
Someone's
She knows-
dying in book 4. She
Rebecca
said.
knows how to
Probably
write some
fucking
sad
Riddick.
shit.
No. So they said that
Or Rhiannon.
I think it's somebody that we don't expect. But okay, so she was doing an interview and she's like, you know what's so funny? My husband starts getting in the comments of people, like in her comments, because people will be like, you better not kill Riddick, you better whatever. And then her husband will be in her comments being like, don't tell her what not to do because she's going to fucking do it. So if you don't want Riddick to die, shut the fuck up. And so I
she
don't
can do
think
that.
she'll kill Riddick in book 4, but she's going to kill
Eventually.
somebody. And it could be Rhiannon. Like, it's going to be someone big, but
I could do without Dane.
I don't think it's going to be Dane. I don't think that's going to hit enough. I think it might be Bodhi. Someone.
Mhm.
It could be somebody closest to
Xaden.
Zayden, or it'll
Violet.
be someone closest to Violet, which will not be Riddick. It'll be Rhiannon. Riddick's going to die in book 5. That's my prediction.
Fucking A.
He's still going to die.
Yeah, I think he's still gonna die. I mean, technically, they're all supposed to die, right?
Yeah.
They're in war.
Yeah. Everybody dies eventually, actually.
And she said, too, that Violet was supposed to be evil. So Violet was actually supposed to be Venom,
Oh.
not Zayden. But she changed it. Maybe she'll change back. That's what she did in her most recent thing. She's been popping all over my feed, so I've been listening to every single comment she's made.
I would have loved a little Violet Zenon moment. That would have been cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway.
You want to see real violence?
I'll show you with my 5'2" ass.
Literally. All right. Well, that was the last letter.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Colt,
Rip.
Mackenzie, Gentry.
That. Yes. And Ryan Mackenzie.
Yes.
And
the parents.
the parents.
And the
And the
grandparent.
grandmother.
Rip.
Everybody.
Everybody rip.
Yeah.
Great book, Rebecca.
Yeah.
I hope your new one will be just as good.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.